If your pricing or availability changes frequently and your shopping feed isn't updating fast enough, there's a good chance you're serving out-of-date data and wasting ad spend because of it. And the worst part is you might not even notice until disapprovals increase, performance drops, and customers start clicking onto products that aren't actually available. We've generated over £700 million in incremental revenue for retailers. We work with over 900 active clients and support a further 250 plus agencies. So we see firsthand what breaks shopping performance, but also what fixes it as well. In this video, we're going to cover what feed caching actually is, why it matters, and how frequent feed caching can actually protect performance, especially during peak periods. So first, what is feed caching? In simple terms, caching is when your product feed data is stored temporarily, so it can then be processed faster and served more reliably. Instead of constantly pulling fresh data every time, a cached feed acts like a snapshot of your product information, so things like price, stock, titles, and attributes. The issue is, if the snapshot is out of date, Google can end up advertising the wrong information. So for some retailers, pricing availability, it never changes. But for others, especially high SKU retailers, promotion-heavy brands, or anybody who's got faster moving stock, price and availability can change all the time. If your feed doesn't then reflect those changes quickly enough, you can end up in situations where you're advertising products that are out of stock, you're showing the wrong price, you're driving clicks to products that won't convert, or simply just sending traffic to a product page that doesn't match what Google is showing. And that's where wasted ad spend will then start to creep in, because the clicks still cost money even if the data is wrong. One of the biggest problems we see is when caching and base feed updates happen in the wrong order. For example, if your feed cache updates first, but then your base feed updates after that, what happens is you've effectively cached the old version. So even though the retailer might have updated stock levels or pricing information, the cached version is still serving outdated data. So that means that Google will be serving yesterday's product information even if the website has still moved on. So the ideal setup is the opposite. Your cache should refresh right after the base feed updates. So you're always caching the newest version of the data. This is why more frequent caching can actually make a huge difference, because the more often you refresh your cached feed, the less time you'll actually spend serving outdated data. Internally at Shoptimised, we cache as a standard up to 4 times a day, with a further ability to be able to force a manual recache. And this becomes even more important during peak periods, such as Black Friday, sales events, seasonal spikes, or just times when activity is higher and stock is moving faster. During peak especially, products sell out quicker, prices change more often, and performance can swing rapidly, so the cost of having out-of-date data becomes much higher. The reality is, how often you should cache largely depends on how often you or the retailer changes things. So if your pricing and availability update multiple times a day, you need your feed to be able to keep up with that. Being up to date isn't just a nice to have, it's the difference between spending efficiently or wasting budget on products that won't convert. If you want help setting up your caching properly or making sure that your feed is caching at the right frequency, reach out and our team will be happy to assist you. Alternatively, if you have any specific feed caching questions, leave a comment down below and we'll be happy to help you with your specific scenario. And if you want more videos on feed optimization, Google Ads performance, and cutting wasted ad spend, make sure you subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.